Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video. I have re-blued my hair, so I'm all fresh again. And whilst I'm on the topic of being fresh, I'm also here with a fresh book haul for you guys. Yes, I know I was meant to be on this 10 to 1 book buying ban, but for this one, I'm actually going to blame Ben. So I went round to his, Ben was like, I need to get my hair cut, and honestly, he hadn't had a haircut in like months, so he really needed it. Every time I came around to see him, I was like, Ben, for God's sake, I keep pushing your hair out your face, you keep pushing your hair out your face, you need to get your hair cut. So I got mine cut and fresh and done, so why can't you? And then like, he did like go and get his done in Romsey, and he was like, oh, whilst I get my hair cut, you go into Oxfam Books. And I was like, Ben, I'm on a ban, I cannot buy any more books, you know if I go into there what it would do to me. And he was like, I give you permission. And I was like, oh my god. Now I went in there, I didn't come out empty handed, I came out fully handed, and then I went into WH Smith and I got some books in there. Oh, it's crazy, it's mental. I do apologise in advance, like I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna actually name this book haul Ben Made Me Do It book haul. Yeah, like honestly. Now, I do have one book that was in the mail today, and it came in and it's unsolicited, it's from HarperCollins, so they sent me a review book, and I haven't actually read any of the books in the series, so I do feel like quite bad about this, but you know, I feel like I want to. So this is the final book that is in this, I think it's a trilogy. So we have The Witch's Kiss, we have The Witch's Tears, and this is The Witch's Blood. I'm loving this. It's really wintry actually, like really sort of fits the theme considering it's like snowed like in England the past few days. So it says on the front here, the finale to The Witch's Kiss trilogy. Now this is by Catherine and Elizabeth Corr. Some rules are meant to be broken. So it's the final book that's in the series, so I can't really say like too much what it's about. But it literally comes out tomorrow. Today's the 7th of March, so it comes out tomorrow on the 8th of March. So I really don't know what these books are about. Obviously, like because the titles have got the witch in it, it's got witches in it. So yeah, I can't even really sort of say to you like what this book is about. But I do own the first book. I do actually own it. I just haven't read it, so I'm sorry. I think I bought it like when it first came out, or maybe I got it for review. I don't know. Oh my god, I can't remember. That's like a really embarrassing start to this haul. But yeah, massive thank you to HarperCollins for sending this book to me. But now I have like, I do actually remember HarperCollins sent me the second book for review and I got the first book. So I now own the full trilogy. So now I can marathon the trilogy when I'm in a real witchy mood. So this is just to let you know that this book is out now. We have a third book that's in the finale of this trilogy, so if you do like your witchy books, then this comes out tomorrow. And yes, so thank you very much to HarperCollins for sending this to me. I will get around to reading it at some point and marathoning the trilogy, but thank you so much. I am now going to go through the books I got from WH Smith. This was the last bookstore that I went to. So this first book I actually found just as it was there, and I was like, oh my god, I saw this book on Twitter and I really want it, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. So it's like both, I was just very excited, and it's the cover by Completely, but it also sounds really good. So this is State of Sorrow and it's by Melinda Salisbury. Look at this cover, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so gorgeous and it's blue. We totally match, like totally, we're made for each other. Like it's love at first sight. But this is about people who lay low by grief and darkness. It's a race for power and victory, and a girl with everything and nothing to lose. So by day, sorrow governs the court of tears, covering for her grief maddened father who has turned their once celebrated land into a living monument for the brother who died before she was born. And by night she seeks solace in the arms of the boy that she loved since childhood. But one ghost won't stop haunting her, and when enemies old and new close ranks against her, she must decide how far she's willing to go to win. Be swept away by the dark and dangerous new world for Melinda Salisbury, the best-selling author of this Sin Eater's Daughter trilogy, which I do own. And I have met Melinda in person myself, and she's really funny, she's really cool, she loves Harry Potter and everything, and yeah. This book just sounds really good, and like I say, it's blue. Oh, the next book that I picked up, I've had really good things about already. This is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. And this, I've been told, I think it's like an Alice in Wonderland sort of like retelling. So Alice has spent most of her life on the road, always one step ahead and of the strange bad luck biting at her heels. But when her grandmother, the author of a book of pitch dark fairy tales, dies alone in the estate, the Hazelwood, Alice discovers how bad her luck can really get, and her mother is stolen away by a figure who claims to come from the supernatural world where the fairy tales are set, and Alice's only clues is the message that is left behind to stay away from the Hazelwood. And to rescue her mother, Alice must venture first to the Hazelwood and then into the world where her grandmother's tales begin. And also, this book is blue, totally not a theme for this video at all, but meant to be. These next 4 books were part of a buy one get one half price deal, and this first one I haven't heard of before, but it is a Netflix TV show or movie, I'm not entirely sure. So this is Altered Carbon by Richard Morgan. So this is the Netflix cover. There is like another cover as well, but it does sound really good and really interesting and really sort of like sci-fi and creepy. I mean, that's weird. Like, look at that picture. Like, that guy is just in like a plastic case. Like, that's just freaking weird. So it's the 25th century. Advances in technology have redefined life itself. Human consciousness can now be stored in the brain and downloaded into a new body, reducing death to a minor blip on a screen. So Takeshi has been killed before, but his last death was particularly painful. He is re-sleeved into a body, and they're thrown into the dark heart of a shady, far-reaching conspiracy that is vicious even by the standards of a society that treats existence as something that can be bought and sold. And the shell that blew a hole in his chest was only the beginning. So it's different, it's interesting, and I like the sound of it. Next of all was another Netflix book pickup, and this is a film. It's called Annihilation. It's book 1 of the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. Never heard of it before, but this is like the Netflix cover. But it does sound really, really good. So it's about Area X. It's remained mysterious and behind the border, an environmental disaster zone. So, though to all appearances it's an abundant wilderness, the Southern Reach, a secretive government agency, has sent 11 expeditions to investigate it, and one has ended in mass suicide, and another has ended in a hail of gunfire, and the 11th has ended in a fatal cancer epidemic. And now 4 women embark on the 12th expedition into the unknown. So it sounds really good, and I really want to find out like what happens. It's quite a short book actually, so it won't take me long to read whatsoever. Really, really short book. That's like less than 200 pages, but I'm just excited. Then I picked up Goodbye Perfect by Sarah Barnard. This is her latest novel, and this is about Eden, who knows she can't count on much in the world, but she can depend on Bonnie, who is her loyal, straight-A best friend. And it's a complete shock when 5 days before the start of their GCSEs, Bonnie runs away with a guy that Eden doesn't know anything about. And as the days pass, her world begins to unravel. Eden is forced to question everything she thought she knew about her best friend and herself. So it sounds like really cool and interesting, and I think I have heard like really good and interesting things about this, so I'm hoping that I enjoy it too. Next of all, I picked up, as part of the last buy one get one half price deal, All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. So this is like her latest book, and I love Carrie so much, so honestly I don't even really know what this book is about, but I was just like, I have to get it in my hands. So it's about Cherry can see things that other people can't, and she's decided long ago to use the skill to help others, and as far as the rest of the town is concerned, she's simply a kind-hearted young woman who runs a local bakery. But in private she uses her gift to add something special to her cakes, so just after one mouthful the townspeople start to feel better about their lives, but they don't know why, and they are somehow drawn to Cherry's bakery, and they just know that they're safe there, and that's how that Cherry likes it. She can help them in secret and no one will ever need to know the truth behind her gift. But then Chase turns up and threatens to undo all the good that she has done, because it turns out that she's not the only one who can see what she sees. So it sounds really, really cool and really interesting, and yes, I need to get this read. Now the books from Oxfam. So I picked up Asking for It by Louise O'Neill, which is one of her books. This is about a small town where everyone knows everything, and Emma O'Donovan is different. She's a special one. She's beautiful, and then until a night where she's an embarrassment, she is now called a slut, and now she is nothing. The pictures are everywhere, and it's something that she can't forget. So yeah, I want to know like what really happened. I hate books with faces on. Like, I absolutely hate this cover so much, and it's staring at me. Like, in the viewfinder I can see it staring at me. I'm gonna put it down. Then I picked up Silence by Natasha Preston. This book sounded really cool. It's about Oakley. For 11 years they have been silent. From the age of 5 they've stopped talking, but no one knows why. They've refused completely to communicate. They're bullied at school. They just got one friend who is called Cole, and he stands by her. He refuses to believe that she is not perfect the way she is. Over the years they've developed their own version of a normal friendship. However, will it still work as they start to grow even closer? And then when Oakley is forced to face someone from her past, can she hold her secret in any longer? Now some hardbacks. This was a recommendation, and it's a non-fiction book. So this is Furiously Happy, but by Jenny Lawson. It's a funny book about horrible things. Now, I've heard really good things. This was a book that was on a lot of people's top books of 2017, and I am ready to be laughing. Look at these pictures on the inside. Like, this is on the inside of a hardcover. Like, that's really cool. White and gold. This way to the Midnight Cat Rodeo. So Jenny Lawson explores her lifelong battle with mental illness. It's a hysterical, ridiculous book that is about crippling depression and anxiety, which sounds like a terrible idea, but that's what Jenny does best. So yeah, literally just because it's based on mental illness, it's another reason why I wanted to pick it up as well, and I'm totally excited to give it a read. Then this next book was on my wish list. It's again another non-fiction book, and this is In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. And this is about a girl who escaped from North Korea. This is literally her story. Now, I watched her video. You can look at it on YouTube. My heart just leapt for this poor girl, and I've been meaning to honestly read her actual book on this. I've heard it's really touching. I like sort of real stories, and honestly non-fiction stuff isn't what I normally head to, but this is one book that I really definitely wanted to read. So yes, I got it for like a couple of quid from Oxfam. It's awesome, and I'm excited to read it. And the last tome that is in this book haul, because this book haul is long enough already, I am excited about this one. I picked it up at first and I was like, do I really need to get this book? And then I was flicking through it and I was like, yes, I fucking do. Because this is The Lord of the Rings by J.R. Tolkien, but it's an illustrated edition. It's a complete bind up, but it's got pictures throughout. And it's gorgeous, look at it. Now this was only a few quid as well, and I thought, you know what, I haven't actually read this book yet, but I'm excited to look at it. It's beautiful and gorgeous so much. Like, what a complete find. I'm gonna find you a picture because, like, here we go. Like, the pictures are literally like this. So there's pictures along the story, and I really enjoy things like this, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's like absolutely fantastic. That's Gollum. Ah, it's really cool, and the writing it just looks, and the pages just feel really nice and sort of shiny. I love it so much. So I think when I actually do begin The Lord of the Rings, I'm gonna read it from this bloody tome. But it's so good, and I'm really happy that I found it. It's awesome. Just really quickly, guys, I was in the middle of editing my book haul that these were going to go into when had a buzzer at the door and a package came. So this bundle of books I got from somebody from Facebook. Yes, it's still really bad. So I got Good Me, Bad Me by Ellie Land, but I got like a nice hardcover version. She was only like sending these for like a couple of quid each, so I thought that's like pretty good for like what it is, but nice little hardback for this book. So there we have it. Now this is about Annie's mother, who is a serial killer. So Annie basically wants to like start a new life and create a new identity. However, because her mother is her mother and they're a serial killer, obviously things happen. But I've had like really good and interesting things about this book. So yeah, and look at that eye, it's totally staring me out. Next of all, I got the sequel to Children of Eden by Joey Christopher. She was getting rid of this, and honestly this looks in absolutely perfect condition. I'm really sort of happy about that, but I plonked on the first book on my TBR this month, so when I saw that she was getting rid of the second, I jumped on that bandwagon. I was like, yes! So I've now got the sequel, which is great. And then the final book that I got is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Be surprised it's an adult book that I've got in a haul. I've heard really, really good things about this book. Not entirely sure what it's about, if honest. I just completely picked it up on a whim. But it says here on the back it's about someone who was blind since the age of 6. The world is full of mazes. Miniature of a Paris neighbourhood made by her father to teach her the way home. The microscopic layers within the diamond that her father guards in the Museum of Natural History. The walled city by the sea. Her father and daughter take refuge when the Nazis invade Paris. And a future which draws her even closer to Werner, who is a German orphan destined to labour in the mines until a broken radio fills his life with possibility and brings him to the notice of the Hitler Youth. It's a deeply moving novel. The stories of Mary and Werner illuminate the ways against odds people tried to be good to one another. But I've had fantastic things about it. Again, it's blue, so kind of matching. I didn't mean for that to happen. I just wanted to get it. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of this book haul that never should have happened, but I'm totally blaming Ben on this because it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Ben saying go into that bookstore. But yes, I will admit that it's partially my fault as well because I have no self-control and I really should have some sort of self-control, but I don't have any. And these are like some books that are on my wish list or that I've heard are like really, really good. So yeah, I couldn't help myself as well. But yeah, I have these books in my hands and they've made me really happy, and especially after the crap that I've been through literally during like February and even like a little bit of March already, I think I deserve to be happy. And it's a bit of retail therapy, but I need to be really good now for the rest of March, and that is literally all I'm gonna buy for March, and I'm gonna see how I go, and hopefully I can just stick to this ban because it's just not going well so far. I was doing really, really well, honestly. I really was. Like for February I did really, really well, and then this just happened in March. So I'm sorry, but I know you guys like seeing book hauls, so that's like the good thing of it. So anyway, this video is really long enough, so I'm just going to end it now. Do let me know down below in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you thought about them. If there's a book at this pile you're like, Katie, you need to read this book now, then I will listen to you guys, because I love listening to your guys like input on like books and stuff. And I always remember, I'm like, I remember that these people said that this book was really good, or these people told me to read this book. I remember, and then I put it on my TBR for like the next month sort of thing. So yeah, I literally go on like impulse of just what people have said and recommendations sort of thing. It spurs me on to give it a read. And if you haven't read any of these books and you like the sound of them, let me know below as well. But if you have enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up so I know that you do enjoy my book hauls. And if there's any other videos you would like me to do, let me know down below as well, because I'm always free and open to options. Like, do you want to see some more tags? Do you want to see like a different sort of video? I do have some videos of mine in plan, but we shall see. But that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!